Let's see if this is any better. All right, it says we are live, but I can't get it to come up. Come on.
Stressed out? Time to refresh your rhythm with Trend. Try to go the fresh chew to refresh your rhythm. Find the best holiday gift on Amazon.
All right, test. All right, it looks like we got to back it up and rolling. I guess some people are finding me, so. All right, looks like we are up and rolling now. I don't know when we lost. I'm not real sure when we lost audio. Need to look and see what this is all about. Sorry about that, folks. A little technical difficulty there. Looks like we're back up and going. I'll have to get some scores for you. I was trying to fight through technical difficulty, but I think we're back up and rolling now. All right. Let's see what we've got here. We've got, looks like we got Dion Maestas up on lane 11 with, all right, I think I got to go. I'm going to go down and get some scores for you. And so I can kind of update you. I kind of got lost track there with a little bit of technical difficulty. Looks like we're up and going now. Some of our bowlers, our watchers have come back and found us. Sorry about that. I'm going to step away for just a moment and kind of update you on the scores. And we'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Today has been a little interesting with technical difficulties and the little thing I'm running with the kids. I'm going to check it one more time just to make sure that we are ready to go. I'm checking the website right now to make sure we're still. All right, you're going to hear that echoing through your ears. Okay, there you go. I need a producer to help me get through all of this. So right now on lanes 11 and 12, Monterey and Estacado are in the third frame, and they're in the third frame on 13 and 14 as well. And while you're watching that, I kind of update you on scores. On 11 and 12, Monterey, Cameron Tubbs leads Francisco Castro 157-71. Caden Chavez leads Joseph 174-93. Corden Summerford from Monterey leads Dre Porch 188-112. Ruben Avelos leads Madison Silva 209-124. And Dion Maestas leads Isaac from Estacado 187-148. So right now, it's so far with Monterey Estacado, it's kind of a clean sweep. And again, Monterey is really, they're a good team, and Estacado is a new program, and they are fighting. And I'm proud of what Estacado has done this year. And again, I think they're in a dogfight for the fourth position to go to regionals, although I don't know we're exactly taking 4 teams to regionals. I just think that's what's going to end up being the case. But I think Estacado is, they've got a chance to make it to regionals this year. On 13 and 14, in the first position, Angel Estrada is down to Brendan Brown by only 10 pins, 157-167. For Plainview, Sebastian Beltran is down a little bit to Noah Reyes, 112-150. Plainview's Jonathan Solis is just barely behind Brandon Simonton, 155-187. Naima Gayton is just 13 pins behind Micah Opereza, 130-143. And for the cleanup spot, Richard Gayton is down only 3 pins to Brady Patterson, 170-173. So it's a couple of good matches going on there. Anything can happen on 13 and 14. Get back to calling some of the action right now. Oh, we got a super washout on lane 12 again for the left-hand side. Again, this is makeable. If you hook it in front of the head pin and have the head pin hit the 4 pin, it should knock over the 7, or you can try to fit it in the hole, which is a little harder to do. That's got a chance. Oh, it hooked a little too much at the end. Now they switch sides. Cameron Tubbs is going to be up on lane 12, and Francisco Castro is up on lane 11. Oh, no, that's Dion Maestas on 11, but he crosses over and gets a Brooklyn strike. And now Francisco will kind of move over there. Cameron Tubbs on lane 12. I've been focused a lot of attention over there. I'm going to kind of move over here to 13 and 14 and talk about those guys for a little while. We've got Sebastian Beltran on lane 13, leaving just a 10 pin, going back to get his spare ball. So for those of you who don't know, a spare ball is usually a plastic ball that doesn't hook very much. That way you can kind of throw straight at your spares. And if you're right-handed, so it doesn't hook too much, and see how that ball kind of goes a little bit straighter. It still hooked a little bit at the end, and he missed it. Micah is up on lane 14. with that big hook, takes it to the gutter, and leaves a little baby split, 3-10. Jonathan Solis. Ooh, food just walking by. That was just dirty. Jonathan Solis for Plainview on lane 13. Right down the middle and crosses over and does not catch the head pin. Leaving the 1, 3, and 9. Micah, let's see what Micah can do with this little baby split that he's got over here on lane 14. The best way to do it is cover both those pins with the ball, which is exactly the way he picked that thing. Jonathan Solis. He's still got a chance against Brandon Simonton. He needs to pick up his spares, and I can say that about any kid. Picking up his spares is the most in. Oh, he just wiggle the thing. Brody Patterson on lane 14 goes through the nose and leaves a 4, 6, 7 split. Naima Gayton on lane 13, a little backup ball. She had a really good game, 130. She's in a dogfight with Micah. This is her first year to bowl with us. They practice in Plainview during the week. They've been working really hard in Plainview. Had a nice article written about them this last year. They've been working hard down there at Plainview Bowling Center. The owner of Plainview Bowling Center has graced us with his presence today. Don't get to see him as much, and hopefully we're going to be working today, talking with him and seeing if we can move one of our – we normally have a match in Plainview, and the kids just love bowling down there. Can't take the whole center with us, but because they only have 12 lanes, and we need 18, but we can take 12 teams with us. That's going to be fun. Hopefully we'll get that done in January, maybe the 1st of February, and move a match down to Plainview. Richard Gayton, his first year of bowling with us, sends it to the gutter and leaves the 1, 2, 8, and 10 on lane 13. This is his first year with us. Right now he is averaging 156. Naima, I think his sister is averaging 135, so she was a little bit below her average for the first game. This spare is makeable. You got to get it left of the head pin, and the head pin will take out the 10 pin, and hopefully the ball will take out the other 2, but he doesn't get it far enough left of that head pin. Angel Estrada up on lane 14. Don't hook too much. Oh, we needed to hook more than that. That is called what we call the Greek church. 3 on one side, 2 on the other. It is the 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. This is actually a tough spare. There was a group on YouTube, the House Bowling Channel. They set this thing up 50 times and did not pick it up not once. They also did a YouTube video where they set up the 7-10 split and got 7 out of 50. So statistics say that this is a harder split to pick up than the 7-10 split. Noah Reyes with a big strike on lane 13, bringing up Brady Patterson. Actually, no. That brings up Brandon Simonton. Brody's just hanging out there for some reason. All right, they've talked about it. They're discussing it, how to pick this spare up on lane 14, which is nearly impossible to do. Brandon Simonton on lane 13 crosses over, leaving just a 3 pin. Generally speaking, if you're needing pins and you don't really want to go for this thing, you just want to get as big account as you possibly can. So you go for the 3, and if you pick it up, it's kind of a miracle. But if you're trying to go for it and trying to pick it up, then you go for the 2 and try to kick the 4 pin into that group of pins on the right. But again, I've never picked it up. I've never seen it picked up. It's very, very rare. So we got Sebastian Beltran on lane 14, leaving just a 4-7. And Brody is now finally up on lane 13. He's new to West Texas High School bowling, but he's not new to bowling, leaving a 9-pin. That stinks. Solid 9. And I've said this before in some of our live streams. The goal with throwing a shot in bowling is to have the ball, if you're right-handed, hit the 1, 3, 5, 8, and 9. The ball takes out those 5 pins, the 1, 3, 5, 8, and 9 pins, leaving those pins to pick up what is left, the 2, 4, 7, 6, and 10. That would be considered a perfect strike. So if your ball hooks too much or is too high in the pocket, you leave the chance of leaving the 9 pin because the ball did not hit it. Jonathan Solis, too much sauce and gets the 7 pin. Micah Oparezi on lane 13 with that big hook right down the middle. Didn't hook enough, caught too much of the head pin, leaving just the 6 pin for his spare. Jonathan's got a bunch of pins up there. Let's see what he can do with it. Does not convert the spare. That's going to bring up Naima Gatlin. I hope she's having fun out here bowling since this is her first year. She really does throw it very well. It's she throws what we call a backup ball, which means the ball hooks opposite her body. But she throws it really well, and she gets a strike on lane 14. I could go into a whole lot of physical reasons why it's easier for some girls to throw a backup ball than a normal hooking ball. But the result is the same. Hey, Dre Porch with a spare. Very happy about that on lane 12. With Daddy watching. Coach Porch, as usual, is up near the lanes, talking to his team and coaching them all the way. He's tireless when it comes to coaching. And he's very positive. I'm, again, very proud of what he has done over there at Estacado. That's Madison Silva on lane 12. She also throws a backup ball and gets them all to go. 10 falls late. Brendan Brown on lane 14 with a big double right there. Big double. Angel Estrada on lane 13. He matches that strike with his own. Now Noah Reyes up on lane 14. Crosses over, leaving the 5-9.
CJ number 40, board is ready to go. CJ number 40.
Ooh, big strike on lane 12 for Isaac from Estacado. That's going to bring up Cameron Tubbs on lane 11, and then Dion's going to be up on lane 11 to finish out the 6th frame. Noah did not convert his spare there. Sebastian from Plainview has got just the 6-10 left. Grabs his spare ball, throws it straight, and gets them all to go. Not necessarily how you would normally draw it up. High flush for Dion over on 11. Cameron Tubbs for his spare. And gets the 3-pin to go down. Brandon Simonton on lane 14, leaving just a 10-pin. So when I said the perfect strike, that was pretty close to it, except for the 6-pin was moving a little bit too far to the right, so it what we call wrap 10. So it goes around the 10-pin instead of bouncing off the sidewall and hitting the 10 and knocking it to the left. Sebastian Beltran he took one off the left last time up, and this one was a little too much hooky and goes in the gutter. Brandon picks up his spare, bringing up Micah. They're in the 6th frame right now. That's much better, boy. That 2-pin was way off spot. Nice spare. I'm very interested in Naima. I think this is my first time to really watch her bowl. I'm interested in how she's handling things. Her arm slot is in a good spot. That one's a little light in the pocket. It looks like she missed a little bit to the left. Leaving just the 3-pin. That should be fairly easy for her. Corbin Summerford up on lane 12. Crosses over and leaving just the 6-pin. We got Joseph with Estacado up on lane 11. Joseph shot 93 in the first game, which is I'm looking right here, just trying to see if I can find Joseph's average.
Tray number 50, yours ready to go. Tray number 50.
Joseph's average is 111, so that was a little bit below his average. We got Richard Gayton on lane 13. Crosses over, leaving just a 3-pin. Richard shot 170 in his first game, which is above his average by about 14 pins. His average is 156 right now. Should make easy work of this. That's a little left, but throw the spare ball at it so it goes straight. Dre Porch on 11, leaving the 1-2-10. Bowling balls. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. Again, and to handle a few of my district coordinator and club president duties. Noah Reyes on lane 13 crosses over and gets them all to go down. Noah shot 150 first game, which is a little bit below his average, about 6 pins. Dion Maestas on lane 12. Just firing the rock. All right, so that's a little different 10-pin there. 6-pin went into the gutter and did not come out. It's call that a weak 10, soft 10. Brandon Simonton with his unique bowling style with a big strike on lane 12. Dion converts his spare on lane 12. Isaac looks like Is that the head pin? It's got to be a 5-pin over there on lane 11. And he converts it fairly easily. Micah on lane 13. He has thrown 3 right down the middle. He needs to get that ball a little bit further to the right. Yes? Okay, you get a Coke for that. All right, you get a Coke for that too. All you got to do is go up there and tell them you want a Coke. Not as many strikes this game as we had in the first game. Only got 3 or 4. I think not everybody's through the 7th frame yet, but one of the things I did today, if you didn't catch it, sounds like our sound was down during the first game. One of the things that I did was we talked a little bit about Pearl Harbor because today is Pearl Harbor Day, December 7th, 1941. So if the kids get a strike in the 7th frame, they just have to come to me and say, I will remember Pearl Harbor, and they get a Coke. Yeah, I know. I'm weird. I feel like bowling isn't the only thing in life. Good education is very important as well. And I just think that need to talk about these things a little bit. One of the things I did mention to them in my little speech about Pearl Harbor is one of my favorite speakers, writers, is Winston Churchill. And one of the things he says about history is those who fail to learn about history are doomed to repeat it. So, and my son has come by to see me briefly. Oh, well, you went and saw Mom too. That's a good thing. Good to see my boy every now and then. Don't get to see him as much as I used to. He used to coach here at West Texas High School Bowling. Coached the Idalou team for a number of years. My daughter and my daughter-in-law were here as well, loading me down with bowling balls. Brody Patterson on lane 13. A little high on the head pin, leaving the rail, 3-6-10. Coburn Summerford picks up his spare. They've got kind of a lead on Estacado, but it's not over. Remember, this is individual matches. Each bowler is bowling against another bowler on the other side. Dre Porch with a strike. Dad liked that one. Or he quit, one of the two. He went somewhere else. Madison Silva on lane 12, right down the middle, and gets them all to go. What a big strike for Madison there. Well, you can hear that in the background. They're talking about Jackson Witt from Lubbock Cooper in youth today. Shot his first sanctioned 300. Congratulations to Jackson for his first 300. Sanctioned 300. Oh, big split over there. We got a rail over there for Noah Reyes on lane 14. Easiest way to pick that up is to cover all 3 pins with the bowling ball. He was going to hook at it, but I think he's going back for a ball that will go a little straighter. Isaac on lane 12 picks up his spare. And that was Sebastian Beltran on lane 13 with a big strike. Noah does not cover the rail, 3-6-10 with an open frame.
Mandy number 44. You are
Noah had
Mandy
not
number
Noah.
44.
Dion Maestas over on 11 had a split that almost covered it. Cameron Tubbs, rail with a few extras. That's half a loaf. 5-pin standing. Brandon Simonton, the 10-pin just on the wiggle and not fall, leaving him a split of a 2-4-10. Jonathan Solis on lane 13, leaving just a 3-pin. Cameron Tubbs does convert his spare. That's exactly how you want to pick that up, folks. Couldn't draw it up any better than that. Francisco Castro does not convert over on 11. Jonathan Solis going for his 3-pin. In normal circumstances, this should be makeable. Oh, he gets the 3-pin, but I did not see that brother-in-law back there. Sleeper. Double wood, however you want to say it. Joseph, my man, on lane 11, hang on ball. It's not going to hang on. Naima Gaten on 13. That looks a little better. Whoa, that's, man, she can hook it a lot with that backup ball. My goodness. I thought that was going to be good. All right, Joseph. You got this, brother. Let's go. Micah Operezzi on 14. If he gets these all to go, he doesn't, but Naima does not convert over on 13. Caden Chavez cleans up his mess on 12. That'll bring up Corbin Summerford on lane 12. And we got Brody Patterson on 14. A little high on the nose, leaving the 610. But that's good because that could have been a whole lot worse with Richard Gatlin on lane 13. They are in the 8th frame right now. Oh, my goodness. He was high on the nose as well, leaving the rail 3-6-10. And Corbin stepping up. Dre Porch is on lane 11. Corbin leaves the 610. That's dueling 610s on 12 and 14. Let's see what happens. Does Brody get his? A little bit of a backup ball, and he picks his up. Richard Gaten. See what he does. He gets his to go and picks up the rail. That's not really how you draw it up, but that worked. And Corbin, how about 3 spares in a row? No, we did not get 3 spares in a row. Well, if you could see the look I'm getting. All right, Bill. Talk to me about what's going on here. Peace. He's peace out. He's not even on camera. All he had to do was talk. Ruben Avelos. Big strike on 12. Man, he's been bowling so well. Right now, Ruben is averaging. What is he averaging right now? I'm looking. Ruben is averaging. He's averaging 197 right now. That's amazing. Brendan Brown with the Greek Church. And gets the 3 like you're supposed to. Not worry about the other 2 because that's tough. Dion Maestas, the cleanup man, Monterey. He is going to have to move left and hook it. He just can't stay in that same spot. Isaac from Estacado on lane 11. That one did not have enough juice. Noah Reyes on 13, leaving just a 4-pin. Dion does convert his spare on 12. Got the rail. They are finishing up the 9th frame right now. After the 10th frame, I will go down and get scores and kind of update you where these two matches sit points-wise. Noah does convert his spare. Right now, Monterey does have a commanding lead over Estacado in the individual matches, but I will get those updated for you and then come back and give you those scores. Hard for me to follow right at this moment. Cameron Tubbs over on 11 leaves just a 10-pin. Francisco Castro with a 6-10. That needs to hook, and that didn't hook. Ouch. That gives him that gives him 99 and finish that game up. Oh, I don't see what happened over there on 15, but something exciting happened. Brandon Simonton on lane 13's got just a 10-pin left. Still in the 9th frame over there. Come on, Joseph. Joseph on lane 12 doesn't hook back. He's got the 1, 3, 5, 6. And Brandon Simonton does convert his spare on 13. Let's see what Joseph can do here from Estacado on lane 12. Got a good attitude. He really loves bowling, and he's just been working so hard. Hold that follow through all the way to the ball hits the pins. Oh, that was really close. Caden Chavez on lane 11 gets them all to go down. Micah Perezi. Oh, my goodness. Sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. Woo, boom. Richard Gayton over there on 14 gets them all to go. The 7 falls late. Dre Porch on lane 12. See if he can make Dad walk off again. Well, that's a double dribble. That's got a hook, and it didn't hook. Caden Chavez crosses over, leaving just a 3-pin. Again, at the conclusion of the individual matches, I will go down and start getting scores. Brendan Brown on lane 14 with a big strike. Brody Patterson has got just a 4-pin left on lane 13 to finish up his 9th frame. Dre Porch with the spare. Oh, put on them skinny jeans. Caden just barely gets that thing to go. So he's going to get a bonus ball. Well, going to get a bonus ball. Oh, he struck. So this is going to be Corbin Summerford that's going to be coming up on the lane 11. And hold on. Gets half a loaf. Now Brody's finally going to take a swing at his 4-pin and does convert that. That's going to give him a 117 in the 9th. That's going to make it a little interesting because Richard right now is 138 in the 8th, 107, and Richard was only 3 pins behind. So he's got a good shot of picking up his 1 point. Madison Silva for Estacado on lane 12, leaving the 1, 2, 5, 8, and 9. Noah Reyes gets this first one to go on lane 14. Corbin Summerford crosses over and gets them all to go down there. I've been thinking about making a rule that Brooklyn strikes don't count in West Texas high school bowling, but I think I would have some pushback on that. I don't know where we are with the battery life on my camera. I may go ahead and switch that thing out.